Hi, I'm Philip Stoten. I'm here at CES 2014 reporting on the latest trends in the consumer electronics market. This year the consumer electronics show seems to be dominated somewhat by the automotive electronics sector. Some really big exhibits here, a lot of buzz around what's going on, particularly in areas like driverless vehicles or piloted mobility, those kind of issues. Big keynote speech from Rupert Stadler from Audi AG on the Monday night before the show actually opened, talking a lot about connected mobility and the fact that the car is now one of the largest, most complex connected computing devices available. So lots going on there. Also interviews held with Audi's Marcus Keith, with Mercedes-Benz, JJ from their research and development organization here in North America, and also with member of the board of directors of Robert Bosch. Germany, again, pushing forward in the automotive sector, really leading the marketplace. That combination of German ingenuity or German engineering with the innovation of Silicon Valley, and the collision of those two worlds, the world of consumer electronics and the world of automotive. Some interesting challenges there as those two markets come together, notably the automotive industry working on a much longer research and development cycle, often as long as 7 years for a new product to come to market, whereas the consumer industry is used to new models coming out every 6 months. We upgrade our cell phones much faster than we upgrade our cars. So we need some flexibility there, and that's going to be flexibility that's felt not just in the product line, but also in the supply chain. So partnerships starting to develop, interestingly, partnerships with Google and Audi, AT&T and Audi, and NVIDIA, for example, as the consumer electronics, the software companies start to work much more closely with the automotive companies and see the opportunities there are there. Other areas in the automotive sector that seem to be moving quite well, lighting is always an interesting area, and Audi have a nice offering in lighting that's very much unique. They're now providing laser headlights which give them much more directed light, much better viewing path, and much more control. Fully variable, so no high beam, low beam, completely flexible, LED and laser lighting that can be turned off, individual LEDs that can be turned off to stop dazzling oncoming traffic. So much more computing power, even in the simple tasks that the car does. Then with respect to the driverless or the piloted vehicles, a consideration for how that connects to its environment. A lot of talk about the Internet of Things inevitably, but some real developments perhaps in that area that make that realistic and possible in the automotive sector. And specifically in the automotive sector, the ideal of having a vehicle that is connected to its surroundings. So taking a smart vehicle, connecting it into a smart city where you're getting a countdown in your car, for example, as to when the traffic lights in front of you are going to change. Taking a lot of stress, a lot of rush, a lot of issues out of that experience. Some great demos here outside, for example. Bosch have a driverless area that's sponsored by them, where they're showing an application where you can park your car using your cell phone. Simply pull up next to the space, back the car in using your cell phone with the doors closed so you can get into a really tight space. Someone parks too close to you and you can't get in the driver's door, at least this way you can pull your car forward using the cell phone app, jump in and off you go. Asked a lot of people how far away they think those driverless vehicles are, those piloted vehicles are. Lots of variation in response, but typically people's belief is that it's coming, it's inevitable, and that it will come by degrees initially. Things like adaptive cruise control, things like heavy traffic environment, piloted driving, things like lane control, for example, already available, already fully operational, and waiting to be rolled out into the marketplace. Other development in the marketplace in the automotive sector, for example, Toyota brought to the market a hydrogen vehicle. Quite a big deal here. and some development, particularly in California, into having the infrastructure in place to have fuel cell powered cars on the road. So lots going on there. So automotive, a really big sector.